my name's B, and welcome back to my channel. No, I don't normally do this kind of ASMR vid type video, but everyone in my house is sleeping right now, so I'm trying to be very quiet. So we're gonna do a very, very chill morning look at 2025 book releases that I am super excited about. There's no real genre that I'm looking at here. I just picked books, number one, of authors that I already know and love, or books that just look really super interesting to me. So that is where we are going in today's video. We are taking a look at my anticipated releases of 2025. Let's get into my first book. Let's take a look. The first book that I'm so excited about is coming out in June, and it is Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. I read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue this year, and this looks awesome. This looks really good. It's fantasy, vampires, queer, LGBT, historical fiction. I'm totally here for it, spanning multiple centuries. I loved when Addie LaRue did that, so I'm really excited for this book coming out in June by V.E. Schwab as well. Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. This is supposed to come out in March. Now, the only reason why I'm excited about this is because I am a huge fan of The Hunger Games. Absolutely. I read the whole series twice, watched the movies, so in love with it. And I did read the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which is like the prequel, and this is like a continuation of the prequel, I think. So interested to see where she's going to go with this book, with this series, especially now that she's like kind of filling in the gap between Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes and The Hunger Games. Kind of cool concept. I'm definitely going to pick it up. That's for sure. My next book is Hot Wax by M.L. Rio. I've seen this on a couple of other people's lists as anticipated books of 2025, and it is anticipated for sure already. This is the author of If We Were Villains, and I loved. I'm here for their next book. Definitely want to read this. It's supposed to come out in September, and I think I'm going to have to read Graveyard Shift before then, just to like really get caught up on all of the ML Rio that there is. Band of rocker misfits, rivals, and trailblazers on the tour that could have catapulted them into superstardom if it hadn't all come crashing down. So here for it. Grady Hendrix book. I've got a confession I have to make. I have never actually read any Grady Hendrix books. I tried to read My Best Friend's Exorcism, and I didn't get into it. But this one is about witchcraft. They call them wayward girls, loose girls, girls who grow up too fast. And they are sent to a home in St. Augustine, Florida, already loving the vibes, where unwed mothers are hidden by their families to have their babies in secret, give them up for adoption, and most important of all, to forget any of it ever happened. I'm about this. This sounds so good. This sounds really, really good. I entered the giveaway. This one's coming out in January. This one's coming out soon, so I think I'm definitely going to have to pick this one up. My next book is Death of the Author by Nnedi Okorafor. I have to say that I am a huge reader of Nnedi Okorafor. I've read like 2 of her work this year, and I'm excited about this one coming out. She's got multiple coming out. I think the other book that's coming out this year is a sequel, and I haven't started the series. So I have to start the series in order to like be anticipating that next book, but maybe this year I will be picking that up for sure. This one sounds interesting though. The Future of Storytelling is Here. It's basically about this girl Zilu who has all of the most horrible things happen to her. She gets dropped from her job. Her novel gets rejected. It's the middle of her sister's wedding, and she's just like not sure what to do. And then she writes a book about androids and AI, which I'm like, you don't need to say anything else. I'm ready. This one's another one coming out in January, coming out soon. The next book on my list is All Better Now by Neal Shusterman. If you don't know me, hi, hello. My name's B. I love Neil Shusterman. He is the author who got me out of my reading slump 2 years ago. 3 years ago? I guess it is 3 years ago now. This one's coming out in February, and it's basically about a sickness that infects people and makes them happy all the time. And there's like this weird conspiracy behind it. It's a young adult. It's dystopian. It's Neil Shusterman. I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read this in February. It's coming out soon. This next one, OMG! Do you know that Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie is coming out with a new book in 2025? Red alert, everyone. It's coming in March, supposedly in March of 2025. It has been 10 years since she has published a book. I'm picking it up. I read Americana this year. I read We Should All Be Feminist several years ago. I'm so excited about her new book. It's during the pandemic. This looks like it's going to be really good. I'm so excited about this. This is on my list for 2025. Definitely going to happen. This next one, I read Isabel Allende's short story on Prime Reads this year, and I loved it. And I'm so excited for her book coming out in May. And this is a book in translation. My name is Emilia Valle, and it looks like it's supposed to be like a historical fiction, which sounds really interesting. I'm here for the historical fiction. I loved Isabel Allende's writing when I read it this year. Super excited about her new book coming out. And I'm going to enter the giveaway, actually. Okay, I entered the giveaway. This next book is Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo this year, and I kind of want to go into Jenkins Reid's backlist, but this is her new book that's coming out, and this one is, I think, set in the 1980s in the space shuttle program, which again sounds so fascinating. Why is this not on my want to read list? Holy crap. How did that happen? I swore I put this on my want to read list. This one's coming out in June. Super excited about this. 1980s NASA space program historical fiction by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Please. Thank you. This next one is kind of a fan favorite for me. This is supposed to come out in a year, in November. Okay, so listen. I love Jasper Fforde. He wrote the Thursday Next series, and this is the next book in the Thursday Next series. Yes, there are 8 books in that series. It's amazing. If you haven't read it, it's so good. It's basically about this woman named Thursday Next. She's a literary detective. She investigates crimes in the literary world, but she also has this power to read herself into a book, like into the world of a book. And so she starts investigating crimes in the book world. It's so good. And the next book is coming out in 2025, hopefully. So pumped for this. So pumped for this. He did publish one in the Shades of Grey series this year, which I still have to read. But I'm definitely going to be reading this one when it comes out. I think is another one that's on a ton of hype lists. This is Katabasis by R.F. Kuang, coming out in August. This one looks like it's going to be so good. Katabasis is a noun, ancient Greek, the story of a hero's descent into the underworld. Okay, I read Babel this year. Loved it. Loved it. Okay, I was one of the people who enjoyed Babel. Okay, I have no qualms about it whatsoever. R.F. Kuang, I'm here for you. Okay, I'm reading your books. August 2025, definitely going to be checking out Katabasis. And yeah, so just to quickly recap, these are just authors that I have read in the past or that I've heard amazing things about that I'm just excited to read in 2025. And if my unhaul at the end of this year goes well, I will have room to put some of these books on my shelf. Let's all hope that we can make some room for 2025 books, because I still have a lot of books to read from 2024 too. But we are not going to talk about that. We're just going to enjoy the rest of our morning, drink our coffee, and try not to wake up our family members. Thank you for watching. And what books are you excited about in 2025? I'm sure that there are other books that I would love to see in 2025 that I just didn't catch. What are some other books you're interested in? Share your recommendations, please. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks.